Hey everyone, today I want to have a look at the new version of Banana Cake Pop and especially what we can do now with the API and the environments feature. Before we get started, we are running workshops at multiple conferences throughout the year or online if you cannot make it to one of the conferences we are attending. Our workshop dives deep into GraphQL and explores GraphQL from the backend with Hot Chocolate to the front end, which we built with React and Relay. The workshop will teach all the best practices that companies like Netflix, GitHub or Facebook are applying to their graphs. So I hope to see you soon. If you like our content, please hit the like and subscribe button below the video. And with that, let's dive in. So I have already Banana Cake Pop opened up here and I have version 6 installed here and I'm using the app. You can also use Hot Chocolate 13.3. It's actually bundled with the version 6 of Banana Cake Pop. But you can also use our NPM package for Banana Cake Pop to put it in any node server that you might have. But with that, let's really dive into Banana Cake Pop here. So what I want to do here is simplify how we interact with APIs. So I have here the crypto workshop, that the workshop or the project we are building in that workshop. And there are a couple of exercises here. You can see I have here example 4, and that actually goes here to the example 4 crypto workshop cherry cream route. And I also have here another example 5, and that goes to the API crypto workshop. That's the final workshop setup. So each of these examples goes to different endpoints to do different things. Basically different environments, if you will. So what I want to do is first, I want to centralize the configuration. At the moment, I have all these documents and I have to configure all these settings every time I want to show something different. So every time I want to introduce a document. So in Banana Cake Pop, we for a long time introduced a concept we call APIs. APIs essentially are like folders where we can put configuration on. So we can say everything beneath this node is connecting to that API configuration or is using that API configuration. So I create now here a new node, which I call Crypto Workshop. And then I'm going to put the configuration of the Crypto Workshop onto this node. So I'm going here. Let's quickly grab that. And then we're going to put it on our API node. For this, I right click on it. And then you can see here the connection settings. And I just add here our URI. And then we are good to go. And now I can take my documents from here, like example 4 and example 5, move them here. And they now have the same configuration. You see, both are using now the API configuration that we have configured on our node here. So I can just query that and get the data. But I showed you that I actually have different environments where I want to show different things of my API. And that's where environments come in. Environments is a new feature that we introduced in version 6 of Banana Cake Pop. And that's this button here, where I can now go and create a new environment. I can say production because we have two environments in my example, production and development. The next thing I want to do is configure this environment. So I'm clicking on that and you can see here the variables. So I'm going to enter here the host, and the host for us is API-crypto-workshop, and I'm going to save that. I'm going here to my API configuration and I'm adding for the actual host a variable here called host. And you can see it's recognized here, it's colorized, so we know it works. And we can apply that. And then you can see we have an error. Just shows here host, cannot replace it because we haven't opted into that environment. Down here in the status bar, you can see no environment selected. If I click on that, I see all my environments that I have. I can click on that and then suddenly my API works. It is refreshed and we can run it. Okay, let's introduce our development environment to this. So I'm going here, adding a new development environment, and we're going to add the host here as well. And this time our URI is example 4 dash crypto workshop. And then we're gonna save that. In order to switch now into my development environment, I just go here to the environment toggle again and opt for development. And schema is refreshed. We have now here the example crypto workshop and I can run it. But this is not where it ends. We can also use these variables for headers, for instance. So I could introduce here a header, let's call it foo, and say we're gonna add a variable called bar. And in the development, I want my variable bar to be 1, whereas on production, I want bar to be 2. Okay, let's run that. So I'm in development, I'm clicking here on run, my request is back, it ran here, but how can we verify that actually this header is correctly replaced and delivered to our server? We can click here on the console, then click on this button shows us the log entry to our last query. So we're going to go here, and then you have the transport details to this query. So I can scroll a bit, see the request headers, and you can see foo is 1. And that's what we have in the development variables. I also could switch now to production here and then rerun this, go to the log entry, and you can see it's now foo 2. This is awesome. So with environments, I can simplify the whole testing workflow that I have in Banana Cake Pop. Another thing here is I can use it for all my authorization settings. So if I had OAuth configured, I could put in all the OAuth details with variables. And then depending on which environment I opt into, I have it already configured. So what do you think about the changes we did to Banana Cake Pop 6? Sound out in the comments. If you want to help our project, please go to GitHub and give us a GitHub star. This really helps our project to grow and make it more visible to a wider audience. And with this, I'm out.